that we would love to work in an environment which is positive and motivational. All of us, right? Okay, so Assalamu alaikum, I'm Tatheer, Fatima, Vakil, and today I'm going to take you to a journey of creative thinking, creative processing, creative outcome through my lens. So what do I mean by creativity? Creativity is basically the use of ideas and imagination. So creative journey would be using your ideas and imagination to bring something very nice out of it. So now it can also be in your personal use in which you can create a painting. This is a personal use creativity, while you can also do it for a workplace. So how can you do it for a workplace? A workplace would be maybe designing something which is for your company. So again, we come to the point that researchers have shown that physical environment can influence the human behavior, cognitive and emotional reactions, creativity and sensory experiences. So if I'm surrounded by a place which is filled with negativity, then I will not be thinking straight. I will be thinking, okay, you know what, maybe this does not look that good. But if I'm surrounded with positive people, then I'll be like, okay, you know what, even if this job is not good, I can still improve it. So factors like space, aesthetics, temperature, environment, lighting also affect it. So it can affect your mood, your comfort, the way you react to things. And when it comes to social environments, to focus in a workspace which is filled with chit-chats, which is filled with laughter, which is filled with everything which is going on, which does not allow you to actually focus, right? So how can you be focusing on something really well? So you need to brainstorm. So you need to brainstorm your creative idea, because creativity does not just come out like that. So you need brainstorming, you need creative thinking. And for that, according to me, I feel that we need to have something which is quiet, which is maybe very comfortable. So if I'm working, maybe I'm working in a room with a few designers, but I need the place to be positive. Someone who is, even if they look at your work, even if it doesn't look really nice, they will be like, okay, you know what? Maybe change the color. Or maybe, you know what, the font size does not look that good. So an example would be that creativity does not only limit us to Creativity is intelligence having fun. Thank you so much.
Now the judges will ask their questions.
Very well spoken, mashallah. I need to change a few things at my home as well. So I just want to ask the last question, the last statement on the topic. It says, use research studies or your personal experiences of how changes in settings impacted your creative process. So I know you mentioned the school setting, but was there something else that you personally changed in your life that you initiated that has impacted you in a particular way? And if it has impacted you, how?
So the way I spoke that I'm a writer. So I basically need to create content. And my content is starting from me. So I have to think of new ideas. So what I tried to do was, in my house, I have like my whole study area type. So I have a library, which is in the other area. I have my study table, which is in a very different area. So what I try to do is, I like to move around. So when I'm working, maybe I get bored, the way I said about the move. So I'm working on my study table, but I feel it's too limiting. You know, you can just sit in like very few postures when you're sitting on a chair. So I feel like, okay, you know what, maybe I want to go on the couch near my library area. So I want to sit and read something, I want to write something, so that has really impacted on the way I work. So it's instead of, you know, taking breaks and watching videos on YouTube or, you know, just distracting yourself, it's a way that I can, you know, take back my attention span.
Thank you, Tatheer. So, you know, sort of building off of Zoreta Bai's question, you've spoken about, you know, some changes that you have made in the space around you. Now, let's say, you know, the careers team gets very impressed by the talk and they come to you and they're like, Tatheer, help us create a creative a place that can sort of enhance creativity within our community structures. How would you design that? Like, where would that be? Why would it be there? What would it look like? And you're trying to create it not just for yourself but for other people as well. So paint a picture in terms of like what would that look like?
So do you mean it outdoors, indoors? Okay, so according to me, because I'm a nature lover and I love painting nature or being sitting in nature and, you know, just brainstorming ideas, so I would say maybe an area, if it's indoor preferred, then maybe indoor, but it has a little bit of greenery, maybe fake plants, but at least the plants are there. And then we could have a library area, because I love libraries, so we can have a library